あ、これ中って書いてある。そうですね。印がありますね。
The stones bear the insignia of the Hosokawa clan, which was also found on the wall at Edo Castle. This is how far they came to procure high-quality stones. Elsewhere on the peninsula,
なんだこれ、すごい。隙間というか洞窟のような。
it's a quarry from the Edo period.
削っていった跡がありますね。模様のようになってます。うわー、すごい神秘的ですね。わー。
The gigantic cave looks like an ancient temple. This remarkable site shows the effects of excavating huge quantities of stones by hand over a long period. Over 170 abandoned quarries like this have been found on the Izu Peninsula alone. So much effort was expended in making Edo that it altered the topography. The next challenge was to transport the stones, some of which weighed more than 30 tons.
So, this episode, after just watching that clip, is about to show you the visual evidence for machines and giants in the ancient past, and how they use truth and lies to basically stir two geological epochs in one, and this is basically what they have done to history, and this is why everything is a lie. You must see that the equivalent of the Templar Renaissance period during the last epoch is more than likely equivocal to the Roman period. This has to do with trebuchets and all the implementation of the weapons that the Romans were using at the same time as the Templars brought in for their purposes when they started building castles. And if you didn't know, and I will put this clip on there later, the Twin Towers is of a Templar origin, i.e. the castle, I cannot remember what castle it is in France, or the builder, I watched it last night, basically built two twin towers, and it is of Templar origin. So there you go, the actual name Twin Towers comes from Templar origins. Anyway, we're not in Europe, we're in Japan, and this is about the city of Edo, as you've seen from the clip. So the Japanese guy says that these were formed from chisels, and that straight after it they seem to form a pattern. Now if you look carefully, no man can do this precision. This is evidence of engineering and machines in the ancient past, which they are completely ignoring on purpose to convince you that in the past it was built in the 1600s by men using wood rollers and blocks to carry it on boats. The answers are no, because the visual evidence left behind is not chisel marks. It is as they say, forms a very, very unique pattern which has been found around the world in places like Egypt and stuff like this. High culture around the earth to do with machining. The evidence is out there for you to see, but unfortunately many of you don't actually go to look for these things. So let's go to the next picture. You can see the chisel marks. Now what you can see is evidence of machines. It's funny how he climbs up, isn't it? He's like, whoa, what's this place, man? What is this place? And like he's never been it before, and oh, it's a mystery. No, 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 it's not a mystery to them. They're just, he's a Freemason, and the television uses truth and lies to convince you of a lie. Particularly in this case, history, which is why a lot of the Golden Age stuff is referenced on historical programs, has everything to do with the end of days, not actually the real Golden Age civilization, which was 1,000 years of peace and prosperity, a matriarchal based, contribution based society that had free energy and worked for the gods or each other. Because we are the gods, we have the light inside us all. You have a soul and a purpose, but you must know that you've been deceived about everything in order to actually understand that purpose, in order for you to vibrate at a higher level frequency. So let's continue. Didn't know, I just stumbled upon it. What's this? So look at the scale. Now the cameraman is up here. You can't even fit the whole frame of that doorway into it. And yeah, they're like, it's a temple complex, but a quarry. What is it then? No, it was a quarry built for a temple complex by the giants using machines that left very, very, very physical, visual evidence that says so. Look how tiny he is. Now, in the next picture, there it is. That's the whole door. Can you still see that the whole of these walls is got the same markings on, and that they're lying, you know? This place was quarried using machines in the ancient past, which paints a completely different story of the ancient past. It wasn't chiseled, built for a city in the 1600s, because these are lies by Japanese Freemasons. Do you see the evidence? It is amazing, remarkable engineering that is on a scale unimaginable. Now, if you listen carefully, what do they say? There's another 170 sites in that peninsula alone on this scale. You must think again about the level of and sophistication of building in the ancient past, and know that there is two sides to creation, and that knowledge in the beginning of time was used for good purposes, and today unfortunately this knowledge is being used by our corrupt government and Zionism, as written in prophecy, to literally go against creation, to do it their own way, to literally kill, depopulate the planet. We're all in danger because we have not listened to ourselves from the start of time about these people and their intentions. We've tried to warn ourselves, but we didn't listen. Now we are scratching our heads, literally trying to get people to wake up, trying to see the truth, and there is so much disinformation out there that it is unbelievable. What you have to bear in mind though is anything on the media side of things, or you see on the television, is for a purpose and an agenda, whether that is to lie about history, whether that's a lie to about, you know, spreading diseases or the weather. It is all a lie. It is all an agenda. for a reason. It is not entertainment, it is programming. When you actually go and look at the reality of this world and all the evidence it has to offer that you probably have not looked at, you would know, like evidence like this, that these Templar Freemasons that absolutely control our society using the same symbols of creation in our faces, has lied to you about everything since you were born. Unfortunately, you must look for truth in these times, and that is very difficult, which is why it is imperative for me to try and keep doing videos to make you see the level and scale of engineering and scale of creation, let's call it, in the ancient past, by both sides, the good and the bad, whether that's Babylon, you know, like our civilization today, or the Golden Age civilization. I mean, all knowledge comes from the Sumerian literature, and we are going to talk about this in videos to come, about the Sumerian king list and how this relates to the 3,600 years of, you know, the cycle, the great cycle. This has to do with the gods and the changing of shifts. Let's call it that. So, next photograph, next screenshot. There it is. Doesn't to me look like chisels. I mean, precision or what? Again, just showing you the scale. It is just immense. You've seen the video. You've seen what they had to say. Now I'm saying what I have to say. Look at it. Look at the scale of it. And there's 170 of these. Can you only imagine the population in the ancient past? Can you imagine the things we actually have found about the amount of people that were actually living through uncovering infrastructure like cities across the earth from ancient sites? It is in the same scale as today, and unfortunately they have lied to you about technology. Even in the past they had electricity, and you need to know a great deal of knowledge about this culture and how it's fallen, because we are going through the same things today as we are again going against the knowledge of creation as a civilization. Do you see the roof? Look at it, clear as day. I mean, chiseled that, did they? Of course they did. My ass. See, the level and the scale is unbelievable. What a mystery, eh? Wonder how they did this. Whoa, this is a mystery. Anyway, it's the last picture. I am not up on Japanese secret society symbols. However, they are all walks of life and all cultures, these Freemasons. And the black and white symbol on this boat, right after they say, and they show you before the clip that, you know, they were lugging it, you see this, and you see the same thing while they're lugging it, which means to me that it's a lie. So thank you very much for watching. Please, there's much more to talk about these topics. I will show you the city itself next time. Please share, like, and subscribe.